Brownsfield Prison, 7 years after Linda Bentley was arrested. Convict 32,647. Linda Bentley. There's someone that would like to meet you. Are you coming? Oh, jeez. What time is it? What, officer? Yes, sure. I hope whoever this is has some cigarettes. Oh, there she comes. Linda Bentley? Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Miranda Cortez. What? Pleasure meeting a prisoner? People these days are crazy. Anyway, how could I help you, Miranda? I'm a journalist and writer, recently graduated. I remember seeing your story at the news when I was younger, and thought of coming to you for my first real work. Everybody loves to read this kind of things. Uh, uh, I'm sorry if I might have come out badly. I know you're getting out soon, and thought maybe you would need some help. If you help me co-write this book, a part of what I can earn will be yours too. If you're a good storyteller, I'm sure we can make a few thousands. Oh, now that's better. You know, everything here is always a bargain. It makes me happy when you speak my language. So, that means you accept my request? Why shouldn't I? You're offering money and I have nothing better to do. I might even be famous when I get out of here. So, how should we start? Oh, okay, that's great. I was thinking of writing a novel. It will be impossible to describe everything perfectly as it happened. Now, I don't even want to expose yourself that much. So, tell me what happened. But I would like you to focus mostly on your emotions and how you reacted to everything that happened. These depositions will help me build a truthful character. It seems like you're very good at what you do. We might have a nice time. For that I hope, ma'am. Right, first things first. The reader should know about me, as it is a book about myself, I suppose. I was born in Glasgow. My father was probably a drunk with whom my mother went to bed. He left me before I was born, and my mother never really cared about me. She did it so that I wouldn't die, and because of that, I matured a lot faster than I should have. My mother also left me when I was 12. It didn't really make any difference for me. My aunt and uncle looked after me, but my life continued being the same. I couldn't get attached to them, and I knew I was supposed to be somewhere else. When I turned 18, I moved to London. As a young woman in a big city, I faced many problems. But once again, these challenges made me tougher and smarter. Having to deal with so much from an early age gives you a confidence most people don't have, and the intelligence to go through adversities. Right, so here it all starts. At around the night, I met John Bentley. He was a sexy man, but not such a smart one. I could tell that he was deeply in love with me, so I decided to use him in my favor. It seemed like he always had money, even though he was just a driver. He bought me many gifts and was always trying to pamper me. But when he first got arrested, I learned where his money came from. You would have expected me to leave this guy and go live my life out of any trouble he could bring, but I did exactly the opposite. I still don't know why, but my consciousness told me to stick with him. He was trouble, but I was even more. When John got out of prison, I was actually living a pretty normal life. We both worked at the same place and earned our money. Yet, I knew that wasn't the life I was supposed to be living. I wanted more, and I wanted it fast. It was when we met Colin. I still shiver whenever I think of this name. He was a perfect double of John. If one didn't know the truth, one could say they were twins. My mind clicked and the perfect plan came into fruition. I just needed Colin to forge an alibi for John, and then we could do anything. He could even rob a bank, and no proof would go against the fact that he was at another place. I felt like a genius at that time. Little did I know the prices I would have to pay for that. God, I planned for everything. Every little detail was set and ready to go. But who would wonder that such a thing would happen? Colin dying was the beginning of my worst nightmare. At first, I tried to think of it as a good thing, as there's no need for an alibi if you're already dead. It was everything that came with that messed the whole plan up. John being a dork only made it worse. I tried to put some logic into his head, but it actually didn't work. He was always trying to mess things up and couldn't stay at home for the time needed. If he had just listened to me. When the man Mark came to my house, I should have dropped all my expectations. He saw John's face, and he heard Colin call for his real wife. God, I must have been in a trance. It is clear now that it couldn't be done. Mark wouldn't let things settle. He would go after Julie and warn her of everything. Julie would then look for answers and she would uncover her plans. The police would be alerted and they would come looking for answers. I don't know. I just thought it was faster than them. The universe really gave me the biggest chance in my life. It couldn't just take it away from me that easily, could it? Well, of course it could. But we went on with the plan, and it did work out for a while. Actually, it worked out for 7 years. But no bad deed goes unpunished. Justice may be late, but it always comes. Once again, I made a mistake while trying to receive my aunt's property. What went through my mind? Jesus! The Interpol had my name and every transaction I made would be reported to them. It was only a matter of time for hell to break through. God, what was I thinking? Even so, I still tried to deny all allegations made against me, but the incident with Julie and Mark made it impossible to go against. Right, and this has been my life from the moment I was sentenced afterwards. Counted some time, little food, a little happiness in being alive. Even so, I don't blame anyone but my own stupidity. I was never a princess from a fairy tale. One that starts a life as the oppressed will never be the oppressor. Whoa. I don't even know what to say, ma'am. It seems like you really needed to put out all of this. Thanks God I recorded the whole conversation. It will be hard to put so many emotions into paper. Thank you. Thank you nonetheless for this amazing story, ma'am. I promise to write something worthy of your legacy. It was actually my pleasure. As you said, I really needed to say some things. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Do you have a cigarette?